Well, sanctions or no sanctions, one thing is certain, this crisis will severely impact global energy markets. It already is impacting them. Energy prices are whipsawing. On Tuesday, the price of oil alone climbed to a 7-year high. The price of natural gas also skyrocketed. Why? Because Russia is the third largest supplier of natural gas in the world. If there's a war, Russian supplies would unmistakably be hit. And this has unnerved investors. It has rattled energy markets. Our next report deconstructs their fears.
Energy markets don't like uncertainty or disruption. The situation in Eastern Europe has triggered both. Why? Because Russia is quite simply one of the largest suppliers of natural gas in the world. The third largest, to be precise. If it holds back gas supplies to Europe, a lot of economies would be crippled. Look at this graph. Russia exports about 5 million barrels of crude oil per day. 48% of this goes to Europe and 42% to Asia. If we speak of natural gas, 72% of Russia's supplies go to Europe and the remaining to Asia and beyond. What does this tell you? That any sanctions on Russia will hurt Europe too and impact Asia, which is why markets are on the tenterhooks. Energy prices are rising, equities are in freefall. On Tuesday, the global benchmark Brent crude oil climbed nearly 5% to hit $98 per barrel, the highest level in 7 years. The price of US benchmark crude also rose 3.5% to hit $94 per barrel. The price of natural gas has also whipsawed. When trading began, Dutch front-month gas futures jumped 13.8%. The European natural gas futures jumped 11%. Both, however, eased considerably by the end of the day. 24 hours on, the markets still remain unnerved. Investors are bracing for both an invasion and sanctions. An invasion could interrupt natural gas and oil shipments to most of Europe. A sizable portion of Russia's exports are carried through pipelines. Most of these pipelines pass through Ukraine. If a war occurs, these pipelines could get shut, like the Nord Stream 2, which has already been put on hold. The other risk is sanctions. If they target Russia's energy exports, Western oil companies with interests in Russia will have a tough time. This includes Shell, Europe's largest oil company. It has a stake in a gas project off eastern Russia. ExxonMobil is also a partner in an oil facility in the same area. Total Energies, a French natural gas giant, is part of a gas project in the Russian Arctic. And India's Bharat Petroleum has a 20% stake in Russia's national oil company, Rosneft. The sanctions under consideration could make it tough for these companies to operate in Russia. They will be under pressure to abide by the sanctions. The US State Department says this won't necessarily happen. It is issuing statements on how the sanctions are not likely to disrupt the flow of energy in global markets. Could this change in the days ahead? This, America did not clarify.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.